Military Veterans Act number 18 of 2022 by Parliament of Kenya, which was assented to by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces on 13th June 2022. Today marks an important day in the Kenyan Defense Forces as we witness a major milestone of launching the first Veterans Advisory Committee in the history of KDF. Operationalization of the Military Veterans Act is happening at a time when KDF operational demands arising from emergency security threats has led to long-term deployment and commitment of a large number of troops, both in combat zones and rear areas. The prolonged operations have led to emergence of various social challenges amongst the service personnel and their families. This includes post-traumatic stress disorders, popularly known as PTSD, physical and mental disabilities, family wrangles, absenteeism, drug and substance abuse, and high turnover rates. These challenges, more often than not, are carried forward into retirement. As a result of these challenges, compounded with rising cost of living and lack of structures to support retired KDF personnel, some of the retirees have been subjected to poor living conditions. In addition, the cantonment and long-term deployment of military personnel inhibit the smooth transition from military to civilian life, thereby limiting the social opportunities available for them in the society. Therefore, you being the first advisory committee of the military veterans have a huge responsibility of setting a firm foundation with sound structures on which the future of military veterans lie. I promise you my support and that of the entire KDF leadership as you navigate through this assignment. With those few remarks, it's now my pleasure to invite our Cabinet Secretary for Defense to make his keynote address. CS, sir.
The Principal Secretary for Defense, Patrick Marino, the Vice Chief of Defense Forces, Lieutenant General John Mangi, Service Commanders, General Officers, Chairman of the Advisory Committee, Director of Veteran Affairs, Senior Officers, Committee Members, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's with great pleasure and distinct honor to join you this morning to preside over the inaugural meeting of this very important committee on military veterans. The committee is charged with the honest responsibility of crafting policies, conducting research on matters relating to the veterans, as well as the welfare of their dependents in consultation with the distinguished committee members. Ladies and gentlemen, let me state from the onset that KDF training, culture, tradition, and exposure uniquely prepares its members to execute assigned tasks with precision. Whether in active service or retired, KDF personnel have unparalleled advantage over personnel holding similar positions in other sectors of our country. And in this regard, I am confident that this advisory committee will deliver on its mandate for the common good of all retired KDF colleagues. Ladies and gentlemen, reflecting on the mandate of the Kenya Defense Forces, it reminds us, all of us in this room, of its odious nature in execution, as enshrined in Article 241, Article 3 of the Constitution. And to this end, suffice to say, KDF personnel put their lives on line for the defense of the nation, yet these gallant sons and daughters of the Republic have been disappearing into oblivion in the past due to lack of structures that could comprehensively cater for all the welfare needs of the retired KDF personnel. Today marks an important day in the history of the Ministry of Defense as we witness and start a major milestone of launching the first Veterans Advisory Committee and the implementation of the Veterans Act. The committee was gazetted on the 1st of April 2023, and they joined the list of the existing welfare cluster establishment